We've all felt that heavy weight of a breakup at least once. Those moments when you keep checking your phone, but there are no more messages. Songs don't make you happy anymore, and everything reminds you of the person who's gone. It's like a part of you has been ripped out, and you have no idea how to pull yourself back together. But if we go back in time about 2,000 years ago, there was a philosopher emperor named Marcus Aurelius. In the midst of wars and intense pressure, he had learned something powerful. Pain is a part of life, but suffering is a choice. He said you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. It's like when it starts raining, you can't stop the rain, but you can choose whether to dance in it or complain about not having an umbrella. Marcus Aurelius, who himself faced the death of his children, betrayal, and the burden of power, believed that true peace comes from within. He said that if you can keep your mind calm, no storm can destroy you. In this video, we'll explore how using the philosophy of Stoicism can help us find ourselves again after a breakup. Healing a broken heart with the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. How to heal from heartbreak with Stoic calm. Imagine one day you're hit with a painful breakup. That moment when everything changes and your heart feels like it's falling apart. Suddenly, the world loses its color and you have no idea how to move forward. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and great Stoic philosopher, faced these same emotions. He believed that pain is a natural part of life, but drowning in that pain is a choice we make. Marcus said you can't run from external events. If someone leaves your life, you can't force them to come back. But what you can control is how you respond to that change. It's like hiking up a mountain and finding a boulder in your path. You might not be able to move the rock, but you can choose how to keep going. So when someone leaves, the pain is real, but suffering forever doesn't have to be. One of the core lessons in Stoic philosophy is learning to face reality as it is. You can't bring back what's gone, but you can learn something from the loss. Marcus Aurelius believed that every setback, even heartbreak, holds a lesson. Maybe that lesson is to stop depending so much on others and instead start leaning on your inner strength. When you look at a breakup through this lens, it becomes easier to move forward and find your own path again. A key Stoic practice is clearing your mind of negativity and overthinking. Marcus compared the mind to a garden that needs regular weeding. For example, maybe late at night, your mind spirals with thoughts like, "Are they thinking of me?" or "Why did this happen?" But you have the power to stop those thoughts and shift your focus to what's in your control. Think about the good things you've done, plan something exciting, and slowly find your motivation again. In the end, Marcus Aurelius believed that within every challenge lies an opportunity for growth. Instead of drowning in sorrow, we can use hard times to become stronger. Let's say you've just gone through heartbreak. Instead of breaking down, turn that pain into personal growth. Learn to value yourself more, set new goals, and from the ashes of heartbreak, build a brand new beginning. Breaking free from emotional attachment with Stoic insight. We've all faced emotional heartbreaks in life, but sometimes we get so attached to people or even to the idea of a relationship that we start believing we have nothing left without them. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, believed one of our biggest mistakes is becoming dependent on things outside of our control, like people or relationships. He always emphasized shifting our focus away from what we've lost and turning inward instead. Real power, he said, comes from within, not from the world around us. Imagine you were close to someone, and now they're no longer in your life. The pain of separation is totally natural. But Marcus Aurelius taught that these attachments often pull us away from living fully. Just like a tree isn't dependent on its leaves to keep standing tall, we too must learn to stand strong on our own. Clinging to people is like tying yourself to something you can't truly hold onto. It can be taken from you at any moment. According to Marcus, only by freeing ourselves from such attachments can we truly discover who we are. Instead of depending on others or external situations, we must learn to manage our emotions. Think of waking up one morning to bad news. Instead of spiraling into thoughts of everything you've lost, ask yourself, how can I use this moment for my own growth? Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded us that even in the worst circumstances, there's always a lesson to be found. Right now, even in your sadness, you can begin to grow by turning inward and understanding the deeper cause behind your pain. In the end, breaking free from emotional dependency means learning to rely on your inner self and not on anything external. Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything we lose gives us an opportunity to grow." So when someone or something leaves your life, don't see it as the end. See it as the beginning of something new. Because once you let go of those attachments, you'll realize just how much strength you already carry inside you, and that strength can help you face anything. Accepting pain and change. All of us go through pain and change in life. Sometimes, it's the heartbreak of losing someone we love or letting go of something that once meant everything to us. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, taught us that pain is a natural part of life. We shouldn't run from it. Instead of trying to escape discomfort or change reality, we need to face it, accept it, and learn from it. Imagine one day, someone close to you walks out of your life, or a relationship you were deeply attached to suddenly ends. In moments like these, many of us feel like it's the end, like we can't go on. But Marcus Aurelius reminded us that change is simply part of life's rhythm. He didn't try to deny the pain or pretend it didn't exist. He said we must accept it as something real and unavoidable in our world. Marcus taught that instead of resisting pain and change, we should stand strong and adapt. It's like a tree losing its leaves in autumn. It can't stop the seasons from changing, but it can learn to endure and wait for spring. In life, nothing stays the same forever. And we must learn to embrace that truth and be ready to grow through each new season of change. In the end, Marcus Aurelius believed that pain and change are not punishments, but opportunities for growth and transformation. When we face challenges and setbacks, we can choose to use them as stepping stones to become stronger and wiser. Instead of drowning in our suffering, we can rise by accepting the pain and letting it shape us into better versions of ourselves. Because life is always changing, we can't control that. But what we can control is how we respond to it. Practicing mindfulness and emotional control after a breakup. After any breakup, a whirlwind of emotions shows up: sadness, regret, heartbreak, even anger. These feelings are completely natural. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us not to let them control us. He believed that nothing outside of us has the power to change our emotions unless we allow it. So when intense feelings hit, we must learn not to drown in them, but to take back control of our minds. Marcus Aurelius followed the Stoic philosophy, which teaches us how to stay calm and grounded even in hard times like breakups. One of the core practices in Stoicism is mindfulness. Mindfulness means becoming aware of our mental state and observing our emotions without judgment. For example, imagine you're feeling deeply upset. and can't stop thinking about someone you've lost. Marcus would say, "Don't judge yourself for feeling this. Just acknowledge it. Say to yourself, 'This is just a feeling and I can move through it.'" Marcus often emphasized that emotions are like waves in the ocean. The waves come and go, you can't stop them, but you don't have to be swept away by them. Emotions, like waves, rise and fall. When we're sad or angry, they can feel overwhelming. But through mindfulness, we can step back and become observers of our emotional waves instead of victims of them. We don't have to fight the wave. We just ride it until it passes. In the end, one of the most powerful ways to manage emotions after a breakup is learning to stay present. Marcus Aurelius said we must separate ourselves from negative emotions and remind ourselves that pain and sadness are part of a bigger journey. And as we step back and look at this journey, we begin to see, with time, the intensity fades and peace starts to return. Mindfulness helps us view breakups not just as pain, but as moments of growth and learning. And that's how we begin to heal, not by running from our feelings, but by understanding them. Rediscovering your inner strength. When we go through a breakup, it often feels like all our strength is gone. We might believe we'll never get past the pain, or that without that relationship, we're left with nothing. But Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, teaches us that true power doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. He said that no one and nothing can take away our inner strength unless we give them permission. Imagine a relationship has ended, and it feels like your whole world has shifted. In those moments, Marcus would say, instead of focusing on what's happening around you, turn inward. The world may change, people may leave, and hard things will happen, but your strength is still there, deep inside. Just like a mountain stands firm through storms and winds, we too can remain steady through life's challenges if we learn to trust our inner core. Marcus Aurelius believed that life is nothing more than a series of unpredictable events, and the only real control we have is over how we respond. So if you find yourself in an emotional crisis, instead of drowning in negative thoughts, look inward. Use the strength that's buried in the heart of your pain. As Marcus said, as a human being, you always have the choice in how you respond to every situation. In the end, Marcus reminds us that every experience, even pain and heartbreak, is an opportunity to grow. We must always remember, nothing can take anything from us unless we allow it. Even after a breakup, we can reconnect with our inner power and use it as fuel to grow stronger and wiser. With this mindset, we realize that no one, not even life itself, can take our inner strength from us unless we decide to give it up. Thank you for being with us here on your channel, Stoic Mind. Your journey alongside the teachings of Marcus Aurelius is one we're truly honored to be part of. Don't forget to check out the recommended videos on your screen to deepen your understanding of Stoic philosophy. Let's keep growing together, planting lives filled with calm, freedom, and mindful awareness. As we close this chapter, remember, Stoic wisdom isn't just an ancient text, it's a living guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. By embracing these teachings, you're choosing a path of peace, inner strength, and real mindfulness. Thank you for being part of this journey and for welcoming Stoic Strength into your life.